What's going on, guys? My name is Perky, and today I'm bringing you a video on ghosts, and I'm going to talk about ghosts, because the last time I spoke about ghosts, it was a very short joke video, and I said that ghost sucks. Well, I wanted to bring things to the light here, because a lot of people are asking me, you know, why does it suck? Like, why do you hate it so much? It seems like a fine game, like, I can run around and shoot people mindlessly here. There's a lot of things that go into making a good game, and I just want to say that Ghosts touched on none of those things. Now, the first thing I want to talk about here is balance. One of the things that makes a game balanced is whether or not there are playstyles or there are weapons that will close the gap between a good player and a rather new player. So if somebody's very experienced, they should clearly have an edge on somebody who picked up the game 5 minutes ago. In a game like Call of Duty, that hasn't historically been a thing. Like, in Modern Warfare 2, there were explosives that would blow up half the map. That's a little bit of an exaggeration, but, you know, you get the idea. In Modern Warfare 3, there were akimbo FMGs, which is just hipfire heaven, you win the fight no matter what. But for those things, at least for the akimbo FMGs, you could keep your distance from them. You could stay at far points of the map where there's always long ranges of sight, and you would have an advantage on the akimbo FMG guys. They would be, you know, a little bit more difficult to deal with, but you'd have an advantage. You could take them out. And that's basically what balance boils down to. There should be a counter for everything. No matter what the enemy team is pulling against you, you should be able to play the map in a certain way. You should be able to use a certain weapon loadout. You should be able to do something that will give you the edge over them with their basic setup. And they should be able to do the same for you if you're using a tactic that they don't want to, or that they're having trouble handling. For example, if they're using explosives, you can switch to a class with blast shield on it. And then once you do that, suddenly you're working a perk down because you're trying to counter their explosives. So they no longer need to use explosives. They know it's not going to work on you, so they can start using their bullets. And since you're working a perk down, they have a bit of an advantage there. You see what I'm saying with that? There's a counter to everything. There's a counter to the way you play, a counter to the guns you're using. That's what balance is. And this game, they completely missed their mark. And I'm going to say that there are a couple things in particular that I don't like. A lot of it boils down to map design. A lot of it is just because of the things that they included. For example, an IED, it's the basic explosive that a lot of people use. In the other games, you know, Black Ops 2, for example, there was a bouncing Betty. You could duck under that, you had to be very aware, you had to be very active, you had to be a very fast reactor. With an IED, the second it starts beeping, you're getting hit by it. There is no other way around it. So you have to play with blast shield in that case, which is the counter for that, of course. But even that isn't a guaranteed protection. Sometimes you're still going to die, even with blast shield on, if you're standing directly on the thing. And that is absolutely ridiculous to me. There is literally no counter to an IED. Same thing goes for, say, snipers or shotguns. And I say them both in the same category here, because, and I've bitched about this before on a lot of streams, I really hate snipers. A one-hit kill gun is guaranteed to end my streak. And I do a lot of, you know, high killing sprees. I try to get a lot of Moabs, chem strikes, nuclears. That's kind of one of the things that I built my channel on, is that kind of gameplay. And a one-hit kill gun, when I have to put 5 bullets on their chest, it's kind of just the counter to a streaking player. It bothers me because, you know, within the time it takes me to get 25 kills, someone's going to get a lucky shot off. And that one shot is going to kill me because somehow, you know, a shot to my toe is deadly. I don't understand. That's just the way the Call of Duty series works. And up until now, the snipers have been annoying, but they haven't been all that big of an issue. And that's because I could counter them by staying in tighter places. I could stick, you know, closer to the shotguns, where the shotguns were a little less effective. Now, with the map design that Ghost brought out, which, let me just say right now, is the most atrocious map design ever brought to a Call of Duty series in the history of Call of Duty. In order to counter the snipers, I have to stick to close quarters. But in order to counter the shotguns, which are also a one-hit kill, I have to stick to long visions, long ranges of sight. So you see, the issue there is I have to be in range of one of the two. And on the topic of the map design and gun balance being so off, there are a lot of maps where in order to get to the place where the enemies are, you have to cross a wide open area. You have to be in range, in sight of snipers from any of the many windows that Ghosts incorporated into their map design. That is the worst design I have ever seen, and a key example of this is Octane. Octane, the map design is a wide open middle, especially in Domination, that's really annoying, but in any game mode there, in order to get to the other side, you literally have to be in the open. There is no other way to cross. With poor map design and poor weapon balance, which by the way can, in certain instances, be a result of poor map design, a game cannot be good. And it's very apparent with Ghost. This is not a good game. I do not have fun playing it. It does not take skill. It does not separate the new players from the good players. And to be crass about it, there's just so much bullshit. There's so much crap that just should not have happened. There's no reason for me to die in certain instances, and that just happens far too often in Ghost. Now, I'm running out of time here, but I am going to continue this in a part 2, so look out for that. I'm going to continue basically the same rant about why Ghosts and why the Call of Duty series in general is not balanced and needs work. I'm going to tell you exactly why I haven't been playing it anymore, because a lot of you guys have been asking, a lot of you guys have been curious, and I'm just going to lay the rumors to rest. This is why. This is exactly why. Alright guys, I will catch you in the next part of this. I will talk to you later. Bye.